In this video, we're transforming an old, ugly camper into a beautiful, one-of-a-kind tiny home. Here's how this started. Earlier this year, my friend Trenton texted me and asked if there's any way we could build him a tiny house for him and his girlfriend to live in. We said yes. So naturally, we went on Facebook and bought this camper for almost $4,000. This is perfect. Nice. This is perfect.
Dude. Little refrigerator, man.
We thought it was a steal because it was 30 feet long and it looked like it was in pretty much livable condition with some minor leaks.
Living area.
Jesus, huge.
Is that a washing machine?
Yes. But after looking closer, the leaks were worse than we thought. Nothing worked and everything was extremely dirty. And look at this toilet. Ugh, like, how does it even get this bad? Behind it, the wall is even stained with pee. Doesn't need work, right?
No, it's perfect.
Oh, yeah!
Kobe! You need a break.
Good.
Good job, bro.
It's out.
Emptying this camper proved to be a much bigger challenge than I thought. It took us hours just to do the living room, and the pile of trash was nearly 7 feet tall. And again, that was just the living room. We still had the bathroom and the bedroom to clear out. By the way, when we got this camper, we weighed it, and it ended up being exactly 6,480 pounds. Once the camper was empty, we wanted to know how much we took out, so we weighed it again, and this time it was 4,300 pounds, meaning that pile of stuff weighed 2,200 pounds. Now that we have this thing torn apart, it's definitely not as good as we thought it was. For starters, there's mold everywhere. When we bought this camper, it had some leaks in the ceiling, it smelled a little funny, but overall we thought it looked really nice. And oh boy, were we wrong. Mold, 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 mold! Was that overwhelming? Good, because that's how we felt.
Everything is in terrible shape. It is rotten everywhere in here.
And you can see once we had the walls out, the ceiling caved down. We didn't think much of it at first, but this would come back to haunt us later. For now, we got to work scraping off the rotten wood off the walls and the ceiling. After 2 days of this, you can see now we have clean white foam along both walls and the ceiling. Now we could get started ripping out this moldy floor. And look what my dad found underneath this sheet of plywood.
Oh my gosh, man.
The shingles are for the roof, guys.
Because this is going to be our friend Trenton's house, we didn't need the holding tanks anymore for the water, so we took those out.
Tank is going, tank is going. See you, tank.
And after that, we had a nice, clean subfloor to work with. No mold. There is some good news. It doesn't stink anymore, and Kobe has a plan.
5 plans. Each one better than the last.
If you look at this picture of me standing in the camper, you'll see that we don't have any room on the ceiling height. That's why we're putting this wood underneath the metal. That way we could change these aluminum bars from being mushy like this to super solid like this.
Shaking really solid. Really solid.
And after all the framing was done, we then capped it off with plywood that you can actually stand on. It's starting to smell like new wood in here instead of an old moldy house. After the plywood was installed, we could then glue down foam for insulation and to fill in the gap. And now that all that green foam was in, we went around and covered all the gaps with spray foam to seal it off. Once it was dry, we scraped it off flat, where we could finally glue the real subfloor down. Yep, that's a lot of glue.
Yep.
Anything else anybody can say?
Looks like glue.
Just look at the difference between what we had and the new floor. It was amazing, and it was super strong. That's insane! With the floor done, we were finally ready to start building our walls. But do you guys remember how I said the saggy roof would come back to bite us? Well, here we are. Upon closer inspection,
That's not good.
there was mold above the foam.
That is not what you want in a roof.
And it wasn't just in one spot, it was everywhere. If you're wondering what made this camper so bad to begin with, it was all of these holes in the roof. When you get a camper, you're supposed to reseal the roof every couple years, and if you don't, this is going to happen to it. And I know there's some of you watching planning to buy a camper and redo it, but you need to be very careful with what you buy. We spent $4,000 on this thing and it was still a pile of junk. At this point, we had no idea what to do. We just have a roof with a bunch of holes in it, so we figured we might as well get the camper inside. After watching some YouTube videos, we learned that this roof is nothing more than a sheet of vinyl, kind of like a liner in a pool, and they sell kits on Amazon to replace them. That's all we needed to know. Ow. After tearing this roof out, you might notice that there's only 2 cross braces that were meant to hold up the AC unit. That's it. The rest of this roof was just foam and wood. And since the wood rotted away, that's why it was sagging. Time to weld. To fix this roof, I picked up a new skill. I learned how to weld aluminum. Pretty crazy. It's not too much different from steel, although you do have to have gas.
Whoa! Dude, that is such an accomplishment.
Yeah, we're welding aluminum. Once I knew I could actually do it, we cut a ton of aluminum beams to go across the roof, connecting the walls, making it stronger than it was before. Most of my welds actually look pretty good, I think, except for a couple that look like this. Yeah, let's look at the good ones. Overall though, everything was extremely strong now. Look how wiggly the wall used to be versus what it is now.
Dude, that's nice.
I know. Now, it's time to cut. No, only I get to do that.
No, we both get to do it.
Stop, dude, stop. Then I cut a ton of 2x4s in the shape of a triangle where the water has a place to run off, because we're going to mount these to the aluminum like that. Once this wood was screwed in, it made the beams even stronger. All this was where we could easily screw down our plywood. It's pretty crazy to have a walkable roof on this camper as opposed to a sagging, leaking one. Look at this. Well, we finally have a ceiling that's not falling down. Now we just gotta make it done. Oh, well, it looks like I got the rock music playing, so we might be entering a montage. Hold on to that food you're eating because it's about to get wild. Just look at the way my dad glues. Insane. And the way Colby installs these foam sheets, mesmerizing. With a brand new roof and ceiling, we finally had a mold-free camper, meaning it was time for the walls, which, thanks to the leaky roof, were in horrible shape and needed reinforcing. So me and my dad built wooden walls out of 2x2s, kind of like you'd find in a house, to help support the roof, the walls, and make everything stronger. We want it tight, that way it's supporting this wall that kind of fell down a little bit. Cool. Look at this. The whole camper moves now. I can't even flex the ceiling. In case you can't tell by the outline of the toilet, right now we're framing in the bathroom and the bedroom way in the back. This is what we thought we had when we bought the camper. And now that the walls are up, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. It's electric time. While you weren't looking, I also installed the water heater. Meanwhile, my dad ran all the wires back to our breaker box. Now I'm going to install this thing. It's a plug for the camper. And once I hooked up the main line that powered everything, my dad was able to organize this rat's nest of wires, taking it from this to this. Always so satisfying.
Your side.
Okay. What'd you forget?
We're about to be out of darkness. Here we go.
Wow.
Nice!
There are 19 can lights in this camper now. It's beautiful. Somewhere within this montage too, we did plumbing, which is all the blue and red pipe you see everywhere. I just didn't show it because TikTok is killing you guys' attention span. So, you're welcome, I guess. The last thing we had to do before buttoning these walls up was install our air conditioning unit. Again, this camper is not really going to go anywhere. It's going to be our friend Trenton's house and it's going to stay at his land. So Mr. Cool actually sponsored this video and sent us their DIY mini split.
That's nice.
I personally love Mr. Cool and I actually bought this exact same unit 2 years ago when I did my bus. If you're putting this on a house, you can get a bracket that holds it, but we had to get a little creative because it's going on the front of a camper, which is not recommended at all. Mr. Cool mini splits are meant for houses that do not move down the road. The only reason we're doing this is because this camper is only going to move one time in its entire life. Wow, look at that.
Nice.
Next was the inside head unit.
Oh, there it is.
Normally hanging a head unit can be kind of difficult, but Mr. Cool comes with this great cardboard template that tells me exactly where to put my screws and drill my holes. Once those are marked, I get the bracket that came with the kit and just screw it on. There you go! Then hanging it up is literally as easy as this.
That's it.
That's it. Now I'm stopping the music because it's time to get serious for a minute. I don't know how much you guys know about mini splits, but the hardest, scariest part about them is the refrigerant lines. Ugh. For the refrigerant lines on a normal mini split, you need all of these tools to do it. For Mr. Cool, 2 wrenches is all you need. Instead of having to pull a vacuum and drain the lines of air, these lines come pre-charged with gas, so all you have to do is screw them together, meaning you don't have to worry about leaks. And after you gently tighten with a wrench, both on the outside and inside, hook up the very nicely labeled electric, let the gas loose, you're literally ready to turn it on. For some last minute touches, I put the soundproofing stuff on the lines inside, ran the drain line through the floor, and wrapped it all up in the tape that came with the kit. Mr. Cool units also come with a smart USB chip you can put in the unit to control it with your phone from anywhere. All you have to do is just open the little hood, pop this piece out, and insert the USB chip. Then you can download the Mr. Cool app and connect it to Wi-Fi. That way you can control it instantaneously with your phone from anywhere, or the remote, whichever you prefer. All in all, this installation took us about 30 minutes. These mini splits also come with a 5-year part warranty, as well as a 7-year compressor warranty. And we voided that warranty by installing this on a camper, which Mr. Cool does not recommend. Yeah, these things actually should not be moving down the road. There's combustible gas, flammable refrigerant, detachment risk, environmental damage. But at the end of the day, they're reliable, long-lasting units with incredible customer service. Go with Mr. Cool, click the link in the description, you will love it. Our next step was to patch up all the holes on the sides of this camper from the old appliances that used to be in here. Then we filled in all the spots that didn't have any insulation. My dad and brother were very excited. And tired. Then me and Colby glued everything together with spray foam. This locked the wooden walls to the foam, which made everything incredibly strong.
It's for you, Trenton.
Now that all the electric, plumbing, and insulation was done, it was finally time to cover these walls up with plywood. We used super skinny sheets that were like 5 millimeters thick. That way we can keep this camper really light. Meanwhile, Colby was starting on the cabinets.
All I gotta do is take these drawings and turn them into a real cabinet.
For the cabinets, we're pretty much just following exactly what the old cabinets were, just with a few upgrades, like instead of a washer machine in the kitchen, there's a pantry. That makes sense, right? While he was doing that, me and my dad wrapped up the inside, and now it looks insane. Yeah, this is actually hard to believe. I'm gonna pull up a picture to show you. Look, this is what we started with. And now it looks like that.
As you can tell by the dust on my hat, I just got done sanding. Now we're just wiping them off and then we're gonna spray them.
The first coat of paint on these cabinets is just gonna be a white primer. And I honestly wasn't very sure what color to paint these, but Trenton and Liz sent a bunch of pictures of stuff they liked. So I think I'm gonna go with green.
Coastal Plain. Ooh.
I also want to give a huge shout out to Colby and my dad because they did all of these cabinets while I was on a vacation.
This is the step that makes us look like we know what we're doing.
I gotta say, this is our first time actually doing something other than gray or white, and I absolutely love it. Well, they did a great job on these cabinets, but if you look up, you'll see that there's lines and nail holes and all kinds of nasty stuff that we gotta cover up with trim. On the outside of the camper, my dad took off the old ugly stickers that made this thing look horrible. Then he sanded the entire thing to prep it for paint and where he could put the metal patches on the sides. What we got there, Colby? Trim! While Colby was trimming out the door and the ceiling and the walls, I was trying to figure out how to make these windows look less horrible. If you look closely, you can see foam and inside the walls. It's just not good. So I had to figure out a way to cover all of that up. I ended up making a wooden piece for that white thing to sit in that also fit inside the window hole. I'm done. I'm quitting. That's it. I've reached my peak. I did this for every single window, and honestly, I can't believe I was successful at it. At all. Then me and Colby started putting up our roof. Remember how we never waterproofed it? Okay, this is a bit of a pain because we had to paint the roof with glue, then the vinyl, then they had to dry, where we could stick it down, and we repeated that until it was done. It took like 2.5 hours. What? Do you think the music's just gonna start up again and I'm gonna zip through it where you don't have to watch? I could play this clip for 3 hours if I wanted to. You uncomfortable yet? The new roof looked amazing. The only thing I had to do now was install the gutters,
We have gutters! Gutters!
Alright, now I'm gonna try and trim off the excess, then I think we're good. And that is a brand new roof. Alright, so here's our shower, and now we're going to waterproof it.
I mean, I'm gonna waterproof it.
I'm gonna help. While my dad and I were working on the shower, Colby was making crown molding. And because we're going for that modern country look, we decided to stain it this really nice brownish red.
I'm gonna give you guys a little taste here.
Tastes good.
Now, I'm gonna give you a little lick.
That was not the last weird thing Colby said, but I will say that his crown looks amazing going up. Meanwhile, my dad was killing the shower. While I was knocking out the countertops. After the countertops were installed, we stained them the same color Colby stained the crown. And because these countertops are wood, we have to waterproof them with something, so we got a gallon of this. I hope this is the right stuff.
So too.
There's like 3 options at Lowe's. We just bought the first one we saw. Then Colby finally installed all of the cabinet doors. And the handles. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to show you. They're just cabinet doors, right? But for Colby to build just these doors took days of work. I think this is about a 2-hour clip of him just standing there assembling all these doors. Every single one needed bondoed, sanded, primed, painted. And here I am just blasting through it like it's nothing. So you know what? Everybody go comment, thanks, Colby. With the kitchen looking way better than the original one, there's only a couple things to do left in it, like install the dishwasher, the cooktop, and the sink. Back to the bathroom. You see that little space right there beside our shower? That's for our washer and dryer. Something I'm really excited but scared to install, because I don't know if it's going to fit. The first hurdle is getting it in the camper itself, which it barely made.
Yes!
Nice!
Yes!
What?
I did not think that was going to fit.
Dude, that slid right in there.
The next hurdle was getting it into place. The washing machine was easy, but the dryer was a little tight.
Okay, wait. We're a little too high.
We have to go in more.
We did end up getting it connected,
Well, hold it up, Chay. We give him some bolts. Okay.
but the last hurdle was connecting the vent, the lines, and the drain.
You gotta go back further.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Then all three of us slowly but surely worked it into place. Trenton, if you're watching this and you ever have to replace that washer dryer, I'm so sorry. But at least it looks good. With the tile in the shower dry, my dad then put in the floor. Then I installed the bathroom sink. And back in the kitchen, we decided to dress up the backsplash a little bit. At this point, this camper was looking good. Well, except for the floor. Kind of an important thing to record doing, right? I'm stupid. I forgot to hit record, so there's the floor. We can still record most of it. Then, because I'm a fantastic friend, I got a second Mr. Cool mini split to go in the bedroom. For this one, I welded up a little platform for the outside unit to sit on in the back. I think that'll work. In terms of heating and cooling power, this is going to be way overkill, but they'll be able to have a climate-controlled bedroom now. And I just want to remind you one more time to click on that link in my description to check Mr. Cool out. These things are so easy to put in, and they're amazing products with amazing customer service. Alright, now it's time for carpet. I don't know if it's just me, but I think carpet is totally underrated. I will always want it in my bedrooms. I think it looks amazing, it's cozy, and it absorbs sound. You look way too comfy, dude.
I just need a bed.
Let's put it in. When we first got this camper, it actually had a really cool aluminum bed frame that didn't have any mold on it, so we reused it and made it big enough to fit a queen-size bed instead of a full.
Oh, everything fits perfect.
Dude, this is gonna be sick. Then Colby mounted it to the floor, put new wood around it, and we even reused the hydraulics where it's still open. This next clip is something I almost cut out, but it's so interesting I left it in. I got this awesome 7-foot couch off of Facebook Marketplace for the living room, and I didn't realize this until I got home, but there was no way for it to fit inside the camper.
I'll let it down. Right there?
And yes, we took the feet off and tried every possible way. It wouldn't go. So I stapled the fabric to the back of the couch and cut it open. Now we're gonna have to cut into the wood where we can fold the couch temporarily to get it into the camper. This was terrifying, but I kept going until the couch did this. See, now we got a bendy couch. Then I ratchet strapped it shut where we could get it into the camper. Oh my gosh.
We got it in!
It's in there, man.
We got it in!
Give me some. Fixing the couch was really easy. We just got some scrap wood and glued and stapled it on to the parts we cut. Then we just folded the fabric back and stapled it together. And since the back of the couch will never be seen, we don't have to worry about hiding these staples.
Dude, it's like perfect!
Wow. Oh. I'm sorry, I had to make you watch. I'm just so impressed we were able to do this. Dude, this is big!
I know! Oh my god!
Then instead of an old, ugly camper toilet, we got a real house toilet. The last thing this living room slash kitchen area needed was a dinette. Basically 2 benches with a table in the middle. This smaller bench I'm working on now is pretty straightforward. It's just a plain old bench with storage underneath. The bigger one, however, is different. Trenton's girlfriend has a cat that will also be living in this camper with them, so this bench is going to double as a cat room, giving them a place to put the litter with a vent that goes outside so it will never stink. After they were all nice and painted, I went ahead and added a little door for the cat to get in and out. That's a lot better than the old dinette that used to be here. For the first time in months, this is coming out of the shop where we can paint it. We first hit the camper with a nice gray primer. Don't worry, it's not the actual color. This is. We're restoring it back to its factory white. Only with a modern twist. I want to remind you what this living room used to look like. Next, we have the bathroom. It used to be moldy, nasty, cluttered with all the swinging doors, and just outdated. Now it's new, spacious, luxurious, and overall a way more functional space. And last but not least, let's revisit the bedroom. Originally this room looked the best, until we took it apart and found that it had some of the worst mold in the entire camper. The bed was a shrunken full size that nearly touched the wall. There was a box TV stand, and now, full-length queen bed, upgraded cabinets, a separate AC unit, and new TV. The last thing for us to do was to show Trenton and his girlfriend Liz. Alright, go ahead and remove your blindfold.
Look at it!
Oh my god! What? There's not a hole anymore! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there's a washer dryer? How did y'all fit that in there? I know, right?
For those of you wondering, we can't take it to Trenton's land yet because currently he's working in Missouri and he won't be back till November. But when they do move in, we will do follow-up pictures on Instagram. Some interesting facts about this build. The new weight of the camper is 8,000 pounds, which means we did a really good job on our weight. And the total cost for everything, including the camper, is right around $20,000. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. All done.